When people think of Northern Virginia, places like Ashburn, Reston, Fairfax, and Arlington usually come to mind. But there's one suburb almost no one ever talks about, and that's exactly what makes it so special. Welcome to Clifton, Virginia, a charming small town that blends semi-rural living, rich history, beautiful homes, and is just 25 miles away from Washington, D.C. So why is Clifton the most overlooked suburb in all of Northern Virginia? We're about to find out, so let's dive right into it. Boom! Hey everybody, it's David, your favorite realtor. So Clifton is unlike most suburbs you'll find anywhere else in Northern Virginia, as it offers a semi-rural, small town feel that you really don't find this close to DC. Unlike nearby towns, in Clifton, you're gonna find no town centers, no high-rise condos, no office buildings, no major commuter routes, no metro stations, and you'll only find a few small shopping plazas. So what you are gonna find in Clifton is farms, parks, windy roads, open space with a lot of greenery, beautiful homes on large lots, all located right here in Fairfax County, which is the most populated county in the entire region. It's the kind of place where you can get away from the hustle and bustle of the rest of Northern Virginia without actually getting away. Now let's talk about the location and map views of Clifton. So Clifton is located in Fairfax County, and the surrounding towns are Centerville, Fairfax, Fairfax Station, and Manassas. And then Clifton is gonna be about 25 to 30 miles away from Washington, D.C. So the realistic commute from Clifton to D.C. during rush hour is about 60 minutes, assuming there's no major accidents. So I personally know a lot of Clifton residents who work in the Arlington, D.C. area, and they all say the commute is very manageable. And if you don't feel like driving, there's actually another way to get into D.C., which we're gonna talk about here shortly. And then Clifton is about 13 to 16 miles away from Dulles International Airport. And depending on traffic, it's gonna take you anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes to get to the airport. Now, since Clifton is close to the airport, you're definitely gonna hear airplane noise, but it's nowhere nearly as bad as like places like Chantilly or where I personally live, Ashburn. Now, a pro about the location of Clifton is when you're actually in Clifton, you're gonna find very little traffic overall, especially compared to the rest of the county. However, unless you work from home, you will be commuting out of Clifton to get to your office. So a mini con about the location is, it's not the best overall location for commuting. It's not terrible, but it's not the best either. So why do I say that? Well, first reason is there's no metro stations located in Clifton, and no major commuter routes go through Clifton as well. However, Clifton is gonna be close to a lot of major commuter routes, so I'm gonna jump on my screen right now and show you those major routes you need to know about. All right, so you can see Clifton is highlighted right here. And the first major commuter route I wanna share with you is gonna be 28. Now, one direction of 28 is gonna take you to Manassas and the rest of Prince William County. Then the opposite direction of 28 is gonna take you to Chantilly, Dulles International Airport, Herndon, and the Sterling area. Now let's get back to Clifton. As I mentioned earlier, there's only a few shopping plazas located in Clifton. So for your day-to-day living essentials, you're gonna be going on 29. And the reason why you're gonna go on 29 is you're gonna find gas stations, ton of restaurants, shopping plazas. So basically all your day-to-day living essentials is gonna be located right on 29. Now the next major road I wanna share with you is gonna be 66. And this is one of the main highways located here in Northern Virginia. And 66 is gonna take you to the Fairfax area, Arlington, and into DC. Now let's get back to Clifton, and last but not least is 286, which is the Fairfax County Parkway. Now one direction, it's gonna take you to Burke and Springfield, and then the opposite direction of Fairfax County Parkway, it's gonna take you into Fairfax, Herndon, and Reston. So as you can see, no major commuter routes actually go through Clifton, but you're close to a lot of them, so you're still gonna be able to commute throughout the rest of the region pretty easily. Now with that being said, when it comes to a metro station, you're kind of out of luck there, as the closest metro station is probably about 15 to 20 minutes away. However, you do have the VRE, which is the Virginia Railway Express. So the VRE is a commuter rail service that travels from Prince William County into Alexandria, Arlington, and downtown Washington, D.C. Now there's no stations located in Clifton. However, you're gonna find two stations located right next door in Manassas. So to take the train from the Manassas station into DC, it's gonna take you about an hour. So you're not really gonna save much on time compared to driving. However, you get to avoid being stuck in bumper to bumper traffic on 66, less wear and tear on your car. Plus, you can actually get some work done on your way to the office. So if you are gonna live in Clifton and work in the DC Arlington area, then I would 100% recommend taking the VRE. Now, as much as I love making YouTube videos about living in Northern Virginia, What I love even more is helping folks just like you relocate to the area. So if you're even thinking about moving to Northern Virginia, reach out to me, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Just know I got your back when you move into Northern Virginia. Next, let's talk about downtown historic Clifton. So downtown historic Clifton is one of Northern Virginia's most charming and best preserved small town districts, with the town's history going back to the 1860s, with many of the original homes, churches, and storefronts still standing. So if you're looking for that small town vibe, then drive down Main Street in Clifton and you'll feel like you're in a completely different time and nowhere near the hustle and bustle of DC. So in downtown Clifton, you're gonna find shops, restaurants, parks, and many restored buildings from the early 1900s. So there's two restaurants I want to share with you that you're going to find in downtown Clifton. And the first one is Trattoria Villaggio, which is an amazing Italian restaurant, and they literally have the best chicken parm I've had anywhere in Northern Virginia. And then you have the Main Street Pub and Restaurant, and this is a great restaurant, but they're really known for having world-class burgers. And when I first decided to make a video on Clifton, this is what I was most excited about, because I knew I had to go to downtown Clifton to get drone shots, and I told myself, I am 100% getting a burger from the Main Street Pub. You're also gonna find some great community events in downtown Clifton, like a 4th of July parade, wine festivals, and the Clifton Day Festival, which is the biggest event of the year. And that's where they close down Main Street and you'll have local vendors and live music. Now this I'll say about downtown Clifton, it is definitely not the biggest historic town you're gonna find here in Northern Virginia. Downtown Leesburg's way bigger, Old Town Alexandria's way bigger. But with that being said, if you happen to be in the Clifton area, definitely stop by. If anything else, just go there just to either A, try the chicken parm or the burger from Main Street Pub. Next, let's talk about the homes. So Clifton offers a wide range of different style of homes and price points. However, you're not gonna find any high-rise condos, no luxury townhomes, and no 2-over-2 townhouse style condos that you find everywhere else in the region. Clifton's mainly gonna consist of single family homes. In fact, 78% of all the homes in Clifton are single family homes. So in Clifton, you can definitely find a style of home and budget for most people. Whether you're looking for an affordable 2-bedroom condo, or you're a first-time home buyer looking for a starter townhouse, or you're looking for your forever home and a great place to raise a family with a brick front colonial style single family home, or you want an ultra luxury estate home on 5+ acres that delivers total privacy. So as long as you're not looking for a newer luxury townhouse or condo, whatever your home needs are, you're gonna find it in Clifton. Now, without question, the biggest con when it comes to the homes in Clifton is Clifton has a lot of older homes. In fact, 95% of all the homes you're gonna find in Clifton that were built before the year 2005. My mind was blown when I saw that number. I didn't double check it. I triple checked that number. So if one of your must-haves is to have like a newer home or a newer master plan community, then Clifton may not be the best fit for you. Now let's look at the home prices. So the overall median sales price of a home in Clifton comes out to $995,000, which is roughly 32% higher than the county as a whole, which has a median sales price of $775,000. So yes, Clifton is one of the pricier suburbs, but that premium reflects its unique charm, larger lots, and small town feel. Now, with that being said, one of the best value neighborhoods in all of Northern Virginia is gonna be located right here in Clifton, which we're gonna talk more about here shortly. So let's start off with condos. So Clifton is gonna feature one condo community called the Ponds at Centerville. And a cool part about this condo community is a lot of the units are 2 levels. Some will have beautiful pond views, and it's right across the street from one of the few shopping plazas with Colonnade at Union Mill. So residents can easily walk across the street to the grocery store, there's restaurants, and shops. And these condos are gonna start off in the mid 300,000s, and they go all the way up to $425,000. Now let's look at townhomes. So the median sales price of a townhouse in Clifton comes out to $610,000. And townhomes are gonna start off in the low 500,000s. This will get you 2 to 3 bedrooms, 2 to 3 baths, 1,700 square feet with street parking, and they go all the way up to $750,000. And this will get you 3 bedrooms, 4 bath, 2,100 square feet, and a 2-car garage. So a great thing about townhomes in Clifton is one of the few suburbs in all of Fairfax County where you can still get a halfway decent townhouse in the 500,000s. Now let's look at single family homes. And the median sales price of a single family home comes out to $1,165,000. And single family homes are gonna start off in the mid 700,000s. This will get you 3 beds, 3 bath, 1,800 square feet with a 1 to 2 car garage. And they go all the way up to $3.8 million. And this will get you a new construction estate home with 8 beds, 8 bath, close to 10,000 square feet, and it's gonna be on a 5+ acre lot. So yes, overall home prices in Clifton are on the higher side for the county, but as I mentioned earlier, Clifton features one of the best value neighborhoods in the whole region with Little Rocky Run. So Little Rocky Run's a large master plan community consisting of over 2,700 homes, including single family homes and townhomes, with most of the homes being built in the 80s and early 90s. So amenities you're gonna find in Little Rocky Run is 3 rec centers, 3 outdoor swimming pools, 7 tennis courts, 3 basketball courts, miles of walking and biking trails, and playgrounds for the kiddos. So I personally have a lot of friends and past clients who live in Little Rocky Run, and they all say the same thing, that it's a fantastic place to raise a family. And the reason they say that is, first, there's a lot of other kids in your neighborhood, the local schools are close by, the community amenities, and they feel like it's a very safe community overall. So in Little Rocky Run, single family homes are gonna start off in the low 800,000s, and they go all the way up to $1.5 million. But the reason why I say it's one of the best value neighborhoods in all of Northern Virginia is the majority of the single family homes actually sell for under $1 million. In fact, in the previous 12 months, 85% of all the single family homes that sold in Little Rocky Run sold for under $1 million. So whenever I have families reach out to me and they say, hey David, I'm looking for a single family home in Fairfax County for under $1 million, my first recommendation, literally 100% of the time, is Little Rocky Run. Next, let's talk about outdoor fun and activities. Mainly, we're gonna be talking about wine and golf. First, you have Paradise Springs Winery, which is the closest winery to Washington, D.C., and it's the first in Fairfax County. And this winery is gonna feature a tasting room, spacious patios, a red barn that hosts live music. You're gonna find food trucks and events throughout the year. And speaking of food, you're actually gonna find a solid food menu at Paradise Springs. They have cheese and cracker boards, sandwiches, and flatbreads. So I went to get drone footage of Paradise Springs. It was a Monday early afternoon, like 1 p.m. And when I was there, I was shocked to see so many people sitting outside, enjoying the 70-degree day, drinking a glass of wine. But I was this close to joining them. Then I told myself, David, I have a Clifton video to finish because work always comes first. Next, we have golf, and I want to highlight 2 golf courses that you're gonna find in Clifton. First, you have Twin Lakes Golf Course, which is one of Fairfax County's most premier public golf courses, offering 2 beautiful 18-hole courses, and this course is run by Fairfax County Park Authority. A great part about Twin Lakes is it's very affordable pricing, which makes it one of Northern Virginia's best values for public golf. Next, you have Westfield's Golf Club, which is a premier public course that also offers exclusive membership options that was designed and owned by PGA Tour legend Fred Couples. Beyond the fairways, Westfield features an elegant clubhouse, a full-service restaurant, and beautiful event spaces that are popular for weddings, tournaments, and corporate gatherings. Now, I've mentioned this in past videos, but you're definitely not gonna find me at any of these golf courses, as I'm probably the only person in Northern Virginia who does not golf. And the reason I don't golf is I literally may be the worst golf player in the whole US. I literally can't even hit the ball. It's pretty embarrassing. Now, just like anything else in life, Clifton definitely comes with its drawbacks. And the first con really to living in Clifton, as I mentioned earlier, there's no town centers in Clifton. So if you really want more restaurant options or shopping options, you're gonna have to leave Clifton. So when you live in Clifton, it's not gonna be as convenient living as living in some other suburbs in the county. Another con is there's a lot of windy roads, and these windy roads can actually be very scary, especially at nighttime because there's no street lights, and not to mention there's a lot of deer in this area. So when you're driving on these windy roads at night, you literally have to have your full attention on the road, hands at 10 and 2, not looking at your phone, and just full concentration. And then another con is, and again, I touched on this earlier, is you're gonna find a lot of older homes in Clifton. So these cons of no town centers, windy roads, and older homes is why Clifton is one of the most overlooked suburbs in all of Northern Virginia. But if you can get past these mini cons and you're looking for a great place to raise a family in a semi-rural feeling area, and where you can still buy a very good single family home for under $1 million, then I would highly recommend checking out Clifton. And if you want to learn more about living right here in Fairfax County, check out this video right here. I go over the pros and cons of living in Fairfax County, and you're not gonna wanna miss it. And I'll see you in the next video.